What up, crew? In this episode, we're going to transform a pallet into an herb garden, or herb. Let's check it out. Joe P. Kirchma here, and this t-shirt segment is brought to you by the color green because we're going to be making some plants come to life. This is the pallet garden that I made last year, and the cloth has really held up over time. Plus, I added some 3D printed name badges in Italian to each plant. I'll cover that in another video. It's real easy. All you have to do is have the Skip Bandit go into some hipster's yard and steal their already pre-made pallet garden. They're everywhere. But if you actually want to make one of your own, you'll have to find a pallet, but it's a little loose. So I'm just going to secure it up with some screws. I like to pre-drill the holes so that the wood doesn't split, and I make sure that the threads on the screw are just visible beyond the drill bit size. I'm driving in some long screws, but nails will work just fine. Be sure to drink some fresh-made mint tea or margaritas, whatever you prefer. Next, we're going to put in the material that is going to hold all the soil for our plants. I'm just using this regular garden cloth and doubling it up so that it's super strong. It's kind of ironic that this cloth is used to keep plants from growing, and instead we're going to use it to actually hold plants to grow even better. I center it over one of the working slots that we're going to fill up with our soil. And then tap in some roofing nails, which holds a lot more of the material and I think does a better job than staples. Plus it looks kind of industrial. These nails are just a 1/4 inch long, enough so that they don't poke out at the end of the wood. Next we have to push down the cloth to create our pocket where the soil is going to go. Once there's a good amount of area for the rocks and soil to go into, we're going to tack the other ends with some more nails. I like to nail both the tops and the sides of the boards because this does get a little heavy with all the rocks and the soil and the plants, and then with the water added on top of it. You just want to make sure that this is going to be secure and that the material is not going to rip through or fall down. Then cut off some of the excess material so that it's not in the way when you tack on the nails to the fronts of the boards. After that, it's basically just a lot of hammering and thinking, what would Mr. Miyagi do? You basically repeat this same process 6 times or however many times you want to fill in to make pockets for your garden. I like to put a nail every 3 to 4 inches, but it may be overdoing it. However, I'd rather be safe than sorry. And it gives it kind of a punk gothic look, which I guess is cool. One other thing is trimming off that front part of the material close to the nail so that it looks good. Alright, now all the hard work is done. What we have to do now is load it up with some rocks. This helps with draining the water out of the end of the bag and also adds a little bit of weight to our soil. I'm resting this on 3 bricks so that the plants have some room under here to drain. Then fill it up with some dirt and add a little fertilizer and you're ready to go. Overall, it looks pretty good. One thing that helps the plants not become root bound, which is when their roots start growing in a circle in their small cups and eventually suffocates the plant, is to tease out the ends of those roots. It's okay to even break them, just so that they'll grow straight out and not around each other. I'm putting in a mixture of different kinds of plants here. I've heard that bees actually enjoy blue and purple type flowering plants, so it's good to add those next to other plant species that you want pollinated. I'm also putting in a little cactus just for kicks, but I'm not sure how well that's going to do in all this London weather. We'll see, and hopefully we won't water it too much. Not only does this maximize the area of how much plants you can have, it's also kind of a cool effect to see the water dripping down through the bags. And that's basically it. Overall, this took about half a day and is really a great stress reliever if you need to ever hammer something. And it's really good to add fresh ingredients for dinners and drinks. Now, like these plants, keep cool, stay hydrated, and enjoy a quote. Or herb